movie.
There are probably a lot of movies you could do something like this with, theoretically.
Theoretically, but we found more written about The Shining and its hidden meanings than 2001: A Space Odyssey, any of the Jodorowsky movies, a David Lynch movie. Something about The Shining, I think more than anything, has attracted this
captured people.
Yeah.
So after the Facebook posting, you kind of investigated other possible ideas like this, or
we started looking and we were like, oh wow, maybe there's 2, 3 of these, and we just kept finding more and more, and the depth of the thinking and the analysis and the commitment to these ideas was just overwhelming.
And more of them started to appear after we started making the film in a way that John Phil Ryan talks about the quantum physics of the movie, that your observation of it makes it change, and it felt like our investigation into the hidden meanings of The Shining was in some way creating more investigation by other folks. And there was like this podcast team that was doing a series of Kubrick documentaries, and they were kind of chasing some of the people that we were chasing at the same time, so it felt like kind of a race. And one person that we talked to would tell us about another, and then they had a friend who was just about to post something.
Yeah.
So there was something in the air. There's almost like a fever pitch race for everybody to get what they were thinking about The Shining out of them 30 some years later, 2011, 2012. Now's the time to talk about it. And there's like other DVDs coming out by other people saying what they think that it's about.
So I think if you look at a film hard enough, it'll look back at you, you know, and I think that's what's happening here.
So is the text, I mean, did you guys become obsessive about it yourselves? Did you ever mean to know this much about The Shining?
I think we both entered it fascinated and captured by the film, but obviously, I mean, to look so closely and it's very passionate and intelligent people who have really brought a committed vision to this film. It just, you can't help but bring you into it even more.
But I'm still fascinated with The Shining, and we're still discovering new ideas and people finding new elements in there. You know, in some ways it's like,
sorry.
The only reason we stopped was because the movie was kind of long enough and seemingly had come together, but it wasn't because we had run out of topics or run out of people, and there's still more happening, as we speak.
So you're talking about a sequel already? Is that what we're doing?
Oh no! Actually, in another interview, I think we came up. The idea of the sequel would have to get even narrower focus. That we maybe it would be an entire movie just about the last shot of the black and white photo. Mm-hmm. If we could do an hour and 45 minutes about The Shining, maybe we could do 3 hours about the last shot of The Shining, and then 6 hours about one small part of that last shot of The Shining.
So was there subtext that developed as you went through the process? I mean, it sounds like it was very much about The Shining, but for me it was very much about the idea of film criticism, about the idea of everybody having a voice now in a way because of the internet that's changed so much in the last 20 years, 10 years, 8 years. Well,
that's great, because I think so many people see things that are important to them reflected back in The Shining. And it's interesting that you probably think a lot about film criticism, and you're seeing this movie as having to say a lot about film criticism, which wasn't an idea we had when we first started, but I mean, it kept expanding endlessly as we were making it.